Talk about experimenting with lineups early on, DB. What are some examples of that?
Well, you can have two extremes, right, in the modern NBA. Most teams need some sort of small ball lineup that they finish with, but we are also increasingly starting to see teams play with multiple bigs on the floor. You have to be able to have multiple tools in your toolbox.
Looking at the starting five for the Cardinals. Nash is out there with Lewis. Then it's Turner. Then there's Achua. And it's Burns in at the 2. Pass, Gilberto. Driving in, and that one is stuffed right through.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Out to the right wing. It's flag, top of the key. Shot clock at 5. Well, good with the triple. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Swiped it away. Dunleavy for 3. Tries again, and it's laid in by Roy.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Louisville needs to get off a shot. Fires from the corner, and again, it's Louisville converting.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Here's Burns. Boom, he jams it straight down.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
No reason to do so there. He was going to leave, no doubt.
Here's Roy. That one's good from the corner.
Boy, when this guy has got his rhythm, he can be tough to guard.
Pass to Lewis. And here's Nash outside. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. McDaniels is checked in for the Cardinals. Flag with it. Outside Roy. Pass to Gill. On the clock. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Cardinals leading by 5. Pass to Achua. And again, it's the Cardinals with a 3.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Here's Dunleavy. Shoots the 3. They grab their own miss. Now Roy. Second shot opportunity, and he hits the jumper for 2. Roy. Cardinals with the ball.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd, and that's obviously easier said than done.
I'll tell you this, it looked like they wanted to get out of town as quickly as possible. The problem is their defense went with them.
Of the 2 offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
And I think because of that, they've gotten the better looks to start this basketball game.
Drills the three-pointer.
Some shooters might overthink a wide-open shot. Not this guy.
And timeout call by Kenny Atkinson. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. And let's go to the 2K leaderboard to see the teams that blocked the most shots in the NBA last year.
And that defensive reputation has value in and of itself. I mean, by the end of the season, teams were afraid to take the ball inside.
There's a minute 34 left to play in the first. Pass to Achua. Puts up a deep three. That shot off. Gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Puts up a three. And the rebound goes to Louisville. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Burns. It's tipped. Now Dunleavy. Nothing on the board. Drains the three-pointer.
These kinds of defensive breakdowns drive coaches crazy.
There's a screen by Achua. Great open look there.
This guy has been in attack mode this quarter. The defense might want to intercede here.
Pass to Pau Pau. Buries it from three-point range.
Guys with size who can shoot with range, that is a tough tandem to defend.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Elbow shot is on the way. It's good again, and the next one 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
You know, his selectiveness is worth mentioning here. This guy is not forcing shots, and yet he is cooking.
And offensively right now, each team getting what it wants.
Yeah, this is already a high-scoring game, but we knew that was a possibility coming into this one.
Some great action here early as we end the first quarter, Clark in a tie. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
I know it's early, but all those three-pointers, boy, do they add up.
And that's what has them ahead in this game. Their floor spacing has been just tremendous.
On the court right now for the Cardinals, McDaniels is out there with Nash, and it's Wesley in at the shooting guard position.
And big men who can shoot really changes the dynamic of your offense.
It's almost gotten to the point where you have to be able to hit that face-up jumper nowadays. Very few exceptions to that rule.
Again, the Cardinals score. Gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
To the middle. And finished off by McDaniels.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
Cardinals leading by 3. Out to the right wing, Jemison, and he's good on the 3-ball. Jemison's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Gill is checked in for Cooper. Doris, you were a great ball handler in your day. So with that in mind, do you think players are carrying the ball too much now?
Kev, this is such a hot topic. Carrying the basketball is when the ball ends up directly on the palm. The closest we get to that is what we call the hang dribble from players. They're trying to extend the possession so that they can read the defense. To me, that's the only point of concern.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Paxson outside. From the arc. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 this game.
And he has his fingerprints all over this first half. He is just shooting it so efficiently.
Outside Roy. Pass to Flagg. The shot's good. Roy making the play. Flagg's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Nash outside. Three-pointer. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Boy, he's putting pressure on the defense. That's 2 from downtown this period.
Here's Gill. Lewis covering. Pulls it from 20, and he hits the jump shot. Gill's got 5.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
It's blocked. Out of bounds as Louisville keeps possession. A sensational block that definitely deserves another look.
Yeah, quick thinking pays off big. What a block.
Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. And again, it's the Cardinals with a 3.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Here's Achua. Oh, and he jams it right over Cooper Flagg.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. And that goes out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
And here's a look at the stats for Nash. How he did last season. Put up about 13 points per, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And what an impact he makes for them on that offensive end.
Right, he can do a little bit of everything for this team, and it shows when you look at the scoreboard.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Thanks. Commissioner Adam Silver talked about U.S. youth development in hoops. He said when young players are a part of a singular organization, there's much more of an incentive to bring players along as opposed to a win-now mentality, and that's something that we can learn from Europe. Back to you.
Taking that long view approach. Okay, thank you, Allie. And the Cardinals making a change here. Jemison's checked in. 6 on the shot clock. It's good. And it's a 12-point Louisville lead.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Shots good by Whitehead.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
There's 1:38 left here in the second. Bangs home the trifecta.
Timeout. Timeout.
Achua's got the lead up to 12 now for the Cardinals. And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. While there's a break in the action, let's take a look at the players who had the most steals in the league last season. Gone 6 of 8 from the field in the second quarter. Pass to Pow Pow. Oh! And he uses both hands to jam it in.
That's what we call a power finish. There's no such thing as gentle for the big man.
Now here's Lewis. And it's off from three-point range. Jemison. And what was that about? Not a good shot right there. Free throw line jump shot. And the shot is good. The Cardinal lead has been cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Cooper. Nevsky. He's guarded by Cooper. There's the three. They get it again. 30 seconds left now here in the second. And that one's good. Flag's got 5 now.
You know, being that wide open sometimes leads to a miss, but that fadeaway was money.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way. Yeah, good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
Three shots.
Free throw good, Cooper. And the second free throw, good. And he makes all 3.
Boy, showing a lot more aggressiveness now after making 0 trips to the line in the first quarter.
Fires away from way outside. Achua, no good.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
And so it's Louisville, with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And their three-point shooting has paved the way for them. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Come one, come all. The 2K halftime is here, and so's our breakdown of the upcoming schedule. Let's check it out.
Well, I think for Louisville, right now a lot of teams are still figuring things out, shuffling rotations, and players are trying to get their timing back.
Yeah, plenty of adjustments in the early stages. And returning our attention to this game, a solid first half for the Cardinals.
We often talk about efficiency on offense. They were the winners in that department, guys.
I like how efficient you were with that analysis, Chet. Well done.
Yeah, instead of rambling on like usual.
And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Cardinals leading by 6. We've got Dunleavy. Flag is out there with Oberto. Then it's Roy. And it's Gill in at the 5 spot. And that's the 5 to begin the second half for Mitch Johnson.
What nice work to get the high percentage look, and he doesn't make any mistake with it.
Here's Flag. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's his first trip to the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. He's perfect from the line this time.
This guy is such a professional, right? Goes about his business in a highly consistent way.
Turner dishes to Nash. Here's Burns. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assists. Nash has got 3 assists now in this one.
Boy, he is just putting this team on his back right now, and when he's got his rhythm, you just keep playing through him.
Boy, that's a case where he may have been too focused on answering back with his own 3.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And now it's a 12-point Louisville lead. Pass to Gill. Tries it from the top of the key. That one good for 2. Gill's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Back to Lewis. No good from outside.
You know, missed that one, but still a really good start coming off the break. 3 for 4 now.
Roy gets the bucket.
Listen, he's carrying his own weight, there's no doubt, but it is very hard to win a basketball game by yourself.
From deep three-point land, Ajua, no good. Gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Here's Flagg. 7 points in the game. 4 on the clock. Good on the triple. Flagg's got 10 points.
You love the start to the second half. 3 for 4. Can they keep it going?
Steps back. Outside for Lewis. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. And the Cardinals lead by 7.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But, Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. It's Flagg, top of the key. Outside for Roy. It's good from long range. Now just a 2-point Louisville lead.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
I think the communication on offense is working at every level right now. What a run for this group.
Here's Flagg. Good on the 3-point shot. 13 points in the game.
You know, a guy with that size from the downtown 3-point area, no chance for a defender to alter that shot.
Here's Burns, and right away they match it with a 3-pointer of their own.
That's his 5th triple of the night. 2 in the first half, 3 in this one. Huge production.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. McDaniels, he's checked in for Lewis. With this break, let's show you the teams that led the league in assists last year.
The way these guys moved the ball offensively was really a joy to watch. Great teamwork and unselfishness, and that's why we saw those great assist numbers a season ago.
Here's Flagg. He's got 13. 6 to shoot. Pass to Pau Pau. Buries the long-range jumper. Paopau's got 8.
Boy, on the perimeter, you have to stay connected to this guy. He's such a good shooter.
Hits the three-point bomb.
Boy, his offensive game has changed the tenor of this basketball game.
Beyond the arc, a three-pointer is right on target. Paopau's got 6 here in this quarter.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Intercepted. Pass to Cooper. Out left to the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shot's good by Whitehead.
And now this game's taken on a whole new feel since halftime.
What energy we're seeing. Something has lit a fire under both of these teams.
Here's Achiuwa. And again, it's Louisville from deep.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
It's good. He's got 13.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
No doubt those extra possessions can really add up against you when you do not take care of the defensive glass.
And that's a huge shot there. The three-pointer and the foul. Not the kind of defensive play they were hoping for.
Louisville shooting their first free throw of the evening.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
The free throw off for McDaniel. Getting a scorching 68% in the game. Pass to Cooper. The 3. That one doesn't drop. And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, and both teams putting up points in a hurry. Cardinals lead by 3. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Well, we have some elite passing big men in the NBA, and you love that skill. Wow.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. On the court for Louisville, McDaniels is out there with Lewis, and it's Jemison in at the point guard.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm. Well, that's not exactly the most solid screen you'll see, but it still works.
Pass to Gill. Pounds it from downtown.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
And this is a player who understands when the game is hanging in the balance. He knows it's winning time.
Lewis has gone 1 of 6 shooting so far. Out of bounds. It'll be the Cardinals' ball. And for Louisville, their shooting has been sensational. 75% for the game. Pass to Jemison. And here is Lewis over Gill. Lewis misses.
Taking what the defense gives you, exactly the shot you want, just doesn't go in.
Outside Roy. Stolen by McDaniels. Tries a 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for Louisville.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Well, over the break, I did listen in on Kenny Atkinson's huddle, and Coach had a very specific message for him. Play our game, and the rest will take care of itself. Solid message, if you ask me.
Allie, thank you so much. And here is Lewis. Pass to Jemison. 4 on the shot clock. No good off the front iron.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
The Cardinals have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
And he jams it with authority.
Oh, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Let's see the connected cam angle on that stunning play, brought to you by AT&T. Fires the three, drained from outside.
And such a clutch shooter. I mean, he lives for the big shot, and when he's rolling like this, watch out.
And timeout called by Mitch Johnson. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. And the Cardinals making a change here. And it's blocked by Lewis. Just 5 to shoot. No good from 3. Gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Here's Oberto, covered by Achua. Takes the 3, a three-pointer. Good. Well, as we move into the fourth, it's been an even game.
Guys, teams have exchanged the lead 5 times thus far.
Let's lose a 3.
That could be costly. When the game is hanging in the balance, the last thing you can afford is to turn it over.
On 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. And again, another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. He drills the 3.
That's an important shot right there, guys. I mean, he's produced from deep all game long.
Yeah, he's done more work outside the arc than inside it, and that's not going to change now. They'll ride his long-range game all the way to the end of this one.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, Gia, he knows what his job is. Control the offensive glass.
And that's so demoralizing to your opponent. To play great defense and have the possession end that way, that's tough to take.
Turner comes with the double team. Jacks up a 3. It's good.
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. Knocks down the three.
And so many teams now look to establish the perimeter to set up everything else.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
Just a humongous fourth quarter for him, especially from long range, just in a groove now, and that trade has been deadly. And an eye for an eye, both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
5 to shoot. 3, good.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
And I think they count on him for that. He is a tone setter, extremely unselfish.
Timeout called, Louisville. 5 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And what's their best move at this point?
And I'm sure the coach is telling them it ain't over till it's over. Yeah, but I don't know.
Connects again from distance. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
And timeout called by Mitch Johnson. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. And so they get the victory here at home. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and the rest of our terrific 2K crew, this is Kevin Harlan. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, Cooper Flagg.
Losing